Hey everybody, welcome to this brief micro lecture on the concept of designing channels. The first thing I want to talk about when we think about designing channels and what are the right channel strategies to employ is to keep the target market square in the focus of the decision-making process, because where they shop, how they shop, um, what's important to them in terms of where to get products, that drives your decision making more than anything else. So the other parts are part of it, obviously, but that's your primary consideration. So in the design, we're referring to the what, why, and how of channels. The what of channels meaning the network of suppliers and providers that are part of it. The why of channels, the effective, is basically looking for maximum effectiveness and efficiency. And then the how of channels is designing effective and efficient channels. Um, and there's lots of considerations that come to bear. Um, how to design channels? There's a couple of ways to look about this from a strategy standpoint. One of them is you can have intensive distribution where your product is widely distributed. You can picture certain types of products that you can get just about anywhere, right? And drugstores, superstores, discount stores, convenience stores, online, you name it. The products are available and out there. These are usually for simple, inexpensive, and easily transported products, um, but those aren't the only considerations. And a pull strategy is to promote directly to end consumers to pull through whatever particular channel that you're offering it through. So let's say you run advertising, you've seen ads on TV where they say available at these fine retailers or something like that. That would be something we'd call like a pull strategy. Okay. So that's what we call intensive distribution. You can picture the types of products that applies to. Selective distribution has very limited distribution, so it's usually for more complex and or expensive products. And cars, for the most part, are like that. Computers, in some cases, appliances. You can think of lots of different examples of products that have limited distribution. That requires a push strategy, which is to promote to distribution partners to push the goods to the consumer. You can work through the retailer that and the retail channels that you have to actually promote your product and get people into their store where your product is available. The manufacturer has more control due to fewer relationships to manage, so that's a plus of having a selective distribution. The other thing to consider about selective distribution is that it can also, if you where you sell your product can be reflective of your demand your brand. Okay, and so you might think about, even for our project, our business plan, you might think about, it's like, am I trying to create a premium exclusive kind of thing? And then that would be more selective in terms of who I distribute through, not just everybody. That may not be what you're going for, but that's something that also gets considered. And then we can think of exclusive distribution being extremely selective, and this is where we sell specific types of products. Excuse me, through very very specific distribution channels. It's funny, I see these examples here of Ferrari and Rolex, which is true, but another product I can think of going back many years ago was Sony Trinitron TVs. Sony had a different kind of TV, was thought to be of much higher quality than the ones that were generally available at the time. And Sony controlled the distribution of it through specific dealers who were authorized to sell Trinitron TVs. It was their way of maintaining the value and making sure that the products weren't too heavily discounted. In fact, they didn't allow discounting at all. They used something called a minimum advertised price that their retailers had to use. So pricing was not going to be a factor in the consumer's decision-making process. Okay, so that's what we think of when we think of exclusive distribution. Um, so the idea of how much distribution really comes down to, what are we doing here to get our products out there. Um, your design needs to be consistent with other marketing elements. So wide distribution generally goes with, if you have a heavily promoted product, lower prices, average and lower quality products, you want to get out there in as many distribution outlets as you can get. Exclusive distribution is like we just talked about, usually goes with less promotion, higher prices, and higher quality products. You might actually think about limiting your distribution that way. Okay, and moving, trying to find the next one. So that's basically it. The next thing we're going to talk about is talking about channel power and channel conflict, both considerations when thinking about what channels to work with and how to manage them. If you have any questions about this, certainly let me know, and good luck to you.